So this is that website. Okay, so we'll go to rainfall here. So in rainfall, what we can do is can select either station wise or basin wise or administration wise. Okay, right now I'll keep it to administration itself. So this default of type of data that the kind of geographical area that you want, areal extent you want, will remain as admin. Admin represents the administrative boundaries. Okay, as you all know. So time step will remain same, which is daily, and I'll get the data for one complete year. Right. So this is 1 year of data. So January 1, 2019 will be the start date, and I'll end at 2019 December 31. So these are the type of values that you would like to extract. One is sum, average, minimum, maximum. I'm interested to find out sum. Okay. If I click average, what will happen is it will give me the average rainfall that has happened for any day. Okay. It will not give me the total rainfall that has happened in that particular day. So that's why let me keep it as sum itself. Okay. And if I tell you to, if I ask for minimum, it will give me the minimum value of that day, and if I ask for maximum, it will give me the maximum rainfall that has happened for that day. Okay, so let me keep it as sum itself. Sum will give you the total rainfall that has happened in that particular day. Okay, so submit. So this is the data for 2019. Okay, so whatever the rainfall has happened 2019, this is that data that is representing. Okay, now let us go to administrative boundary. Here in the states, I am selecting Karnataka. So in Karnataka, I'll be selecting Bijapur. And now that our area is focused. Okay, now you can already see the data that is represented in this curve. Okay, in this bar chart. Okay, a similar kind of bar chart I will be also drawing. Okay, here what he has used is he has used the total rainfall of any given date. Okay, I won't be doing the same thing in my case. Okay, I'll be doing something different. So see here, CSV is an Excel file, PDF. All of you know it's a PDF file. Okay, so I'll download the CSV file. Right now, you see in this Excel file, I'll just show you the data of this entire year, which is 2019. Okay, so these are simply values. If I show these values, you can't be able to interpret the kind of rainfall that has happened. Or you can see simple from watching the data. What you can simply do is that you can find some of the largest values like this, and you can say this is the day on which we had the highest amount of rainfall. And that is what you need to scrutinize all the values in detail, and then you need to come to the judgment, right? So the best way to analyze any data is to plot it in a graph, right? So in your high school also you have done similar kind of work. Like when you want to understand any given number of values, what you do is that you plot in a graph and you try to interpret the relationship between the dependent and independent variables, right? So here also I'm trying to do the same thing. On the x-axis we'll have dates, on the y-axis we'll have our rainfall values, right? So let me draw the first curve. Okay, so here the first curve is I'm using a simple curve. Okay, so this curve I'll add the data. So first of all, what we'll do is okay, I need a cumulative data on y-axis. Okay, right now I have not calculated cumulative values, so I'll keep this as it is. On the x-axis, we will have the dates. Right now there is no value, so that's why there is no graph that you can see here. So here I'll try to find out. So how do we calculate cumulative values? Cumulative value means what? We need to add the preceding value with the next value, right? We have to keep on doing that same thing. So here what I'll do is I'll add this value with the next value of actual rainfall. Hmm. So I have solved the cumulative rainfall. Now I'm going to select the data. So edit this value itself. Now see, this is what the graph I have achieved of cumulative values on y-axis and date on the x-axis. Now this curve is called as Mars curve. Okay, so Mars curve is basically the graph which is drawn on y-axis on x-axis we'll have time. Okay. Right. There are few inferences that you can find out from this chart. As you can see, this curve can basically explain you what is the spatial temporal distribution of rainfall. Okay, so what is temporal distribution of rainfall means the amount of rainfall that happens in any given duration. Okay, that represents the temporal rainfall. Okay, now you take this January, February, March, and till the beginning of April, or there was no rainfall at all. So this we can call this as a zero rainfall period. Okay, there is no rainfall at all. Okay, next, if you go from here, November, December, in this zone also there is no rainfall. Okay, and in April, May, and in some days of June, there is very a small little amount of rainfall. And almost in this May, we have very minimum amount of rainfall, as you can see from the graph itself, right? But a huge amount of rainfall has taken place from June, July, August, September, and end of October till end of October. Okay, so this is the time which is called as monsoon time. Okay, and this varies from place to place. Like if I take the example of some other place, the rainfall scene could have been completely different. If I take Western Ghats, the scene could have been completely different. Okay, and now you can also understand what is the total amount of rainfall that has taken place or that has received at any given place. So it is up to 600, nearly 700. Okay, let me call it as 680 or something. I can tell you the exact value by scrolling it down. So it is 676.71. That is the total amount of rainfall that took place in 2019. Okay, in the year of 2019, that is the total rainfall that Bijapur district has received. Okay, so this is what the importance of this curve. One more thing is that whenever I give you a curve, what you do is that you find out the slope of that curve. Okay, right? Basically, you can't find the slope of a like a zigzag curve like this. But if I give you a straight line, what you do is that you draw the gradient, and from that gradient you try to interpret the relationship between the x and y axis values, right? You will basically tell me how the change in x value will create the change in y values, right? If the curve is flat, it represents that the greater change in x value will change only a small amount in y value. If the curve is steep, okay, it's somewhat like this, then what you can say is the small change in x value will change a greater amount in y value. I hope uh, you all have drawn a similar curve earlier also in your BMT lab, right? Testing lab, but basic material testing lab. There you draw the stress strain curve for mild steel, right? So you try to interpret the relationship between stress and strain, right? In that similar way, we can also try to understand the gradient at any point, right? You try to interpret this one. This is somewhat like uh, 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 a line which is having nearly 45-degree angle or something, right? So the x and y value can be related as constant, right? You try to understand this point. If you try to understand this part of the curve, it is completely steep, right? So in the small duration, there is a huge amount of rainfall that has taken place, right? So like this, you can basically interpret what kind of rainfall has happened in different time periods of any given year, right? That is the importance of mass curve. Okay. So if you have any doubt with mass curve, we can discuss. Okay, shall we go to the next one? We'll go to the hyetograph. I had explained you earlier, but sorry for that problem. Next, intensity. Let me find out the intensity of rainfall. I explained you earlier also. Intensity basically represents the amount of rainfall per hour. It might be in terms of mm, or it might be in terms of centimeter also. So you can find out the intensity in terms of mm per hour, or you can calculate in terms of centimeter per hour. Right now I'm going with mm per hour because all my values are in terms of mm per hour. So now whatever this actual rainfall that we get is the rainfall for one day. So in one day we have 24 hours, so intensity will be equals to this divided by 24. And in previous class itself, I tried to explain you why we can't use the uh, intensity values for a year. But simply because I do not have a data of any given storm period, I'm using these value itself. But strictly speaking, you cannot use the hyetograph or the graph that I'm supposed to draw for an year. Okay, though some of the people draw it, but it is strictly not usable for uh, yearly or monthly rainfall values. It should be restricted to a particular storm period, because that is what is important for us to interpret a flood rainfall or anything like that. Okay. Anyhow, so let's draw another curve. Okay, this curve will be called as hyetograph. Okay, this is what hydrograph is. So hydrograph explains you the intensity of rainfall uh, for any given storm period. Okay. Now see here on the x-axis we have time. On y-axis, what I did is that I substituted intensity values. So now, as we know that there is no rainfall during this period, so that's why there is no uh, lines over here. Okay, but if you try to observe here, one thing that we can understand here is there is a rainfall that is taking place serially. Uh, it means like every next day or in any week, at least 3 days, 4 days, we are getting rainfall during this period, right? But what we need to focus is that whether this rainfall is equally distributed. Means what in every day. Hey, Raju. So for any given month, you can try to understand whether the rainfall was equally distributed. It means what in every day we are every day whenever the rainfall happened, whether the distribution was even or not. Like for example, you might have observed that yesterday itself, previous day, a huge amount of rainfall happened between a very short time, right? So if you want to understand that nature of rainfall, like what is the intensity with which the rainfall is taking place, you need to go for this graph, right? So you can find out that on this day, there was a huge rainfall. There was a massive rainfall. Okay. Okay. So on this day, especially, there was a massive rainfall. Now, similarly, so this is what hydrograph is. From hydrograph, we can try to determine what is the intensity of rainfall, what is the day on which we had got the maximum amount of rainfall, or we can definitely try to understand what is the duration between which we will get the large amount of rainfall, and based on that we can apply this situation, and we can solve the problem related to flood or crisis that happens in a dam area or anywhere. Okay, so this is what representation of rainfall is. A representation of rainfall basically means how do we represent the rainfall data that we have, and how do we try to interpret that. So do you have any doubt with this? Okay, shall we go for the next topic? You have any doubt with respect to both the graphs? Okay, as I can't be able to draw these graphs uh, manually, I try to draw it in Excel sheet. Okay, so this is what I could do at best. This is your masker, this is your hydrograph. Do you have any doubt? Okay, so I'll share some of the question paper, okay, in the classroom. So write it as your assignments. Okay, you try to solve the problems, or you try to draw the graphs for both masker and hyetograph. Okay, it is as simple as I explained you earlier. In case of masker, what you have to do is you have to find the column which is having cumulative values, and you have to draw the graph y as the time period. Right now, I took it as in terms of days, but in case of your problems which are given in your what do you say question paper, they will be having a time period in terms of hour. Okay, so you need to draw x-axis in terms of hours and y-axis will be in terms of centimeter or mm, in whichever unit they give you. Okay, so you draw that and you find out masker. Similarly, you find the intensity, and from intensity you can draw the hyetograph. So in some problems they will give you the cumulative values. From the cumulative values you have to calculate the actual rainfall that has happened for individual day or individual hour. Again you need to calculate what is the rainfall for the intensity for hours. Okay, then you draw the hyetograph and masker. Okay, anyhow, this is what it is. Okay, if at all you find difficulty in solving any of the problem from the question paper, you send it to me. I'll solve it here in the class.